Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So we're hauling more books today because I just can't get enough of collecting vintage paperbacks. So this entire haul is going to be wonderful vintage paperbacks, and the majority of them are also YA. So I got all of these wonderful vintage books, except for one from one of my favorite Etsy shops, Spooky Sellables. They are based here in Canada. So if you are Canadian, please go check out her shop, but you have to snag them pretty quick when she puts them up. They do sell out really quickly. So jumping right into the haul here, the first one I have is Sweet 16 by Francesca Jeffries. And the girl on the front of this book looks absolutely terrifying. So I wonder if that works into the story at all here. So here we're following Leslie, and Leslie is turning 16, and she has, of course, a huge party planned, and everybody and anybody is going to be there. But then weird things start to happen. It says scary things, dangerous things, and someone doesn't want Leslie to make it to her Sweet 16, but she is hellbound that she is going to have this party even if it kills her. So it has this wonderful embossed cover, and it is in great condition for being from 1996. So that's a great one to add to the collection. And next we have The Fire by Caroline B. Cooney, and I'm starting to collect quite a few of her books. I had read a few of them back when I was a teenager and when I was younger. My favorite, of course, being The Face on the Milk Carton, which I still don't have because I'm looking for a specific cover. But in this one, we are following Christina. And there's a family that lives around her called the Shevingtons in her town, and they are trying to kill Christina for some reason with fire. So it says, Christina begins to find her pockets stuffed with matchbooks, her notebooks scribbled with flames, mysterious burning candles appear in her room, flames flicker on the walls, and eerie cold fires glow in all the fireplaces at the inn. So for some reason, this family is trying to kill her, and in 18 days they're going to be going away. So she is just trying to survive. So I love the cover on this, and of course the title is embossed. I hadn't heard of this book before, so this is completely new to me. Please let me know down below if you've read this one. And next up we have Camp Fear by Carol Ellis. And this one seems to revolve around a summer camp. It's Camp Silver Lake. And the counselors that are at this camp have a really big secret from something that had happened back when they were campers. And it says that was in the summer that one camper didn't make it home alive. Now someone is using their secret and their fears to play a frightening game of vengeance, a game that could turn deadly. So very much fitting in with that classic vintage YA formula. And this one is from 1998, so still in really great condition. And I love the font that they use on the cover here. It looks great. So I think this one is going to be great to keep on hand for the summer when I'm looking for all of those kind of Camp Crystal Lake sort of reads. And next up we have The Body in the Basement by Nora McClintock. And here we're following a girl named Tasha, and Tasha's parents own a cafe, but the police discover that there is a body buried beneath the cafe, and now Tasha's father is under arrest for the murder of her mother. So it says here that Tasha has to find out who the real killer is, but everywhere she turns, she uncovers someone else with a secret to hide. So haven't heard of this one before. I don't think I've read any of Nora McClintock. That's a new author to me. So again, let me know if you've read any of her books down below. And next up, I think this is the only one that is not YA, and it has a fantastic cover. So this is Blood Farm, and you can see this spooky house with a little hearse here on the front, and it's just screaming all the vibes. And it says on the front here, this is an Iowa Gothic. So I wonder, is this part of like a bigger series? I hadn't heard of these before, but I knew that this one was quite rare. So this is by Sam Siciliano, and it says, "The harvest at Blood Farm is pure terror. And I just read the first little section on the back here because it's all I needed to know. So it says, "Unholy ghosts. It was a dark and stormy night, and Angela's only hope for a ride was in a hearse. Her driver is Mike, a long-haired Vietnam vet who has a pressing rendezvous with a corpse." So that's all I needed to know right there. If any of you didn't know, I believe I've said this on more than one occasion on the channel, that I used to live and work in a funeral home. And so anything that has to do with hearses and funeral homes and stuff like that, I'm all for it. So this is a first printing from 1988. And this is in absolutely fantastic condition. I love the cover on this book. So that was immediately, that's why I clicked on it. I was like, I gotta have this one. So we'll get into that one. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, this is the only one in this haul that is not YA. So we'll have to get into this one and see how it goes. And then of course, it wouldn't be one of my hauls without some Fear Street. So we have Missing. And this one is in great condition as well. Fantastic. And this one is from, like, the spine isn't even cracked on this book. It's fabulous. So this one was printed in 1990, and this book we're following a brother and sister named Mark and Kara. So their parents just one day don't come home. So at first they're not really alarmed, you know, their parents have stayed out late before kind of thing. But after a while, they don't call, they're not showing up, they can't get a hold of them. So they start to worry. And then on top of that, Mark's girlfriend all of a sudden breaks up with him and she disappears too. So they know something weird is going on, and the police don't seem to be very concerned with the situation. And it says, "When murder strikes, Mark and Kara learn their terror is only beginning. Someone wants them to disappear too. But why? The answer lies deep in the Fear Street woods. But will they live long enough to find it?" So for Fear Street, I did read a couple this year in 2021, but I actually want to go back and start reading these in publication order because so many of the stories are kind of intertwined and they cross over. So I want to make sure I'm getting a full picture of what's going on with all things Fear Street. So definitely want to read these in publication order, which is the way they were meant to be read. So definitely going to be starting that in 2022. And here we have another Caroline B. Cooney. This is Fatality, and again, the cover is wonderfully embossed. I have a particular love for the red covers, whatever color it is that they're using, and it's so shiny. And a lot of the point horror and the vintage paperbacks have this red lettering, and I love those ones. I don't know why, it just really sticks out to me. I think it looks fantastic. So in this story, we're following Rose. And something had happened 4 years ago and someone died. We're not really sure what happened. I would assume it's probably a car wreck. Someone lost their life, and Rose has kept everything kind of buried, but she has written down all of her secrets into a diary. And now 4 years later, the police are looking at her again, and they take her diary. She somehow manages to get it back, and she destroys the evidence. But it says here, being in trouble with the police is not Rose's biggest problem. Someone else knows what happened that weekend. Someone who will do anything to keep her quiet. So another one of these revenge, you know, stop at nothing to silence people kind of stories. But I just love these. And like I said, the cover looks fantastic. This is in great shape. So this one was published in, so this one is not that old. It was published in 2001. To me, I consider vintage anything that's kind of before 1999, I would say would be my cutoff. But let me know. I mean, some people refer to the early 2000s as vintage as well. So let me know down below what you think. And then I have Christopher Pike, The Last Vampire 2, Black Blood. So I was missing this one from the Last Vampire series. I think I still have a couple of more that I have to collect. So this one is in great condition, except for the side of the E is missing on the die cut. But other than that, it looks like this book has never even been cracked. And of course, it has that wonderful step back cover art. And I just love the look of that. So even though the E was a little bit destroyed, I still had to have it for the collection. And of course, because this is a sequel, I'm not going to read any of the synopsis because it tends to give away stuff that happened in the first book, of course. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I did get that one to add to the Christopher Pike collection. And Marissa was so sweet. She said that she was going to be including a book as a gift in my package, which I was so thankful for. And when I opened it, I was blown away because this is The Scariest Stories You've Ever Heard, Part 2. So it has this wonderful, creepy looking character on the front. So this is an anthology of spooky short stories geared towards kids. And I had this book when I was younger. When I was really young, actually, probably when I was 9, maybe 10. And I remember I had the books in this series, at least the first 2, if not the 3, and they either got water damaged or they ended up being sold. And I had been looking for this book for years and years, and lo and behold, she knows my taste and she put it in my package, and I was so thankful. I can't wait to read this. I, off the top of my head, don't remember any of the stories, of course, but yeah, I was really excited to get this, so I will definitely be adding this one to my ghost story anthologies. So that was everything that I got from Spooky Sellables shop. And the other book that I have here, I was so excited it finally arrived. So a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned in my last book haul that I was missing Final Friends Part 1, The Party. And Alex from the Bookubus very kindly reached out to me on Instagram and said that she had a copy and she was willing to send it up, which is, I was blown away because, you know, international shipping is not cheap. And I'm so happy to have this for the collection. It's the right cover, and this is in fantastic condition as well. It's beautiful. It looks like it hasn't even been read, and there's no markings or anything like that on it. So thank you so much, Alex, for sending that. So this one is from 1988. So really happy to have the entire Final Friends series so I can finally sit down and read them all together. So here we follow a group of girls who were attending high school at one specific school. That school shut down, so they all got sort of herded into another school. So they want to have this huge party to kind of meet and greet and people to get to know each other. So they invite all of their friends, and it says, but some people came that weren't invited, and the evening ended in horror. Most figured it was a suicide, but they figured wrong. So this one, like I said, is the first. So this is book 1, The Party, and I also have book 2 and 3 in the collection. So I was so happy to get this one, and she sent a card along with the book. So let's open this up. This is so cute. I really miss Halloween, guys. So we're coming into Christmas, but like I've said before, I'm not a very festive person. So this card is very much making me happy right now. So it says, Dear Elizabeth, just a friendly wish to say, have a happy pumpkin day. And it says, please forgive the belated or very early Halloween card, but the sentiment still stands. Hope you enjoy the book. Love, from Alex. So that was so cute. Thank you so much, Alex. This is making me so happy right now. And to send that all the way from the States, I'm touched and I'm so appreciative. We just have the best community of booktubers here. I just love everyone in this horror community. We love each other and we're so kind. So thank you so much again, and I will think of you as I'm reading the series once I get to it in 2022. So there you guys go. That's it for this book haul. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave me a question or a comment down below because you know I love chatting with you guys. But until next time, stay spooky, everybody. Bye.